Hello, everybody. Welcome along to your Monday night watch along. It is a big one. It doesn't get any bigger, does it? First against second in round 34 of the EFL Championship. Sheffield United versus Leeds tonight. For us, I have been conspicuous in my absence. Been a very, very busy weekend, and we haven't been able to do a watch along across this weekend. But here we are right now. And it should indeed be a cracker. Let me know if you can see me, hear me loudly and clearly, and we will get in to the action. We're only 14 minutes out from kickoff and 8 p.m. at Bramall Lane, first versus second. Let's say some hellos in the chat. Let's say a big thank you. Look at that. £15 on the super chat from Charlie. Ben rejoined as promised. Back to work. Thank you for your incredible support during my illness. You're a true gentleman. I could have been well. I don't know whether I did the heavy lifting or you did there, Charlie, but a very scary time for you, matey, and a scary time for all of us who are your friends here. But we are out the other side, and you are so welcome back here. Thank you so much. Who are we going to say hi to, as well as Charlie, who's rejoined as a member? Fantastic stuff, by the way. Charlie had the big C and he kicked its backside. So well done, matey. Ewan, welcome. Lee, Nick Knack, Lucy. Who we got? Ashley, Lola, Hector, Math. Bit nervous. Take a point. Kieran, Dave, Liam, the Paddy Kenny derby. I'm sure you had a few to pick from. Brian Dean. Come on, Liam. Who else have we got in here? Annabelle. Caden, Sam predicted 2-1 Pompey. Was he right again? That's going to be disappointing if he was. Shocking. Jeff and Ernie and David and have I said hello to everybody? Another Jeff. A Jeff with a G and a Jeff by a J. Jeff with a J. There you go. Anyway, let's get this thing moving. We're going to do team news in a minute. Spoiler alert. No Harmer. No Ampadu, although one of them is on the bench. So a couple of surprises in there to talk about. But what's not going to be a surprise is me going to a like spike nice and early in the show, is it? Hit thumbs up. Let's get liking. We're live on TikTok as well as Twitter as well. So wherever you're watching, get those thumbs up, get those hearts going. You've got 11 seconds. Brilliant stuff. Thank you as ever, everybody, for the support. Any more hellos to do here? Tony Curry Derby, Gary, Timmy, hello to you. Planet Ball. I think I've said hello to everyone who said hello in the comments. There are people that just watch and don't comment, which is fine, but you can get involved in the comments too. Also, right, are you ready to go to team news? Normal 2 questions apply here. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Who's the match winner? They might be on the bench to start with. You never know. Let's get into the team news. Right, let's get into this team news then. And I've clicked on the wrong game. Look at that. Shocking behaviour from me. That says Leeds 2, Sunderland 1. I meant to click right next to that where there's a Sheffield United badge. Have I done that correctly? There we go. We should have the team news. Professionalism is... I should probably make that a bit bigger, shouldn't I? It's going well. Going well, this, isn't it? There we go. Right. There are your teams. Sheffield United in goal. I mean, he's been eclipsed a little bit by James Trafford, but the brilliant Michael Cooper, a familiar player to me there. Harry Clark on loan from Ipswich at right back. Harrison Burrows at left back. Still doing a turn, as we say every time, is Jack Robinson at centre back. It was meant to be Sutar and Ahmed Hodzic. Sutar out for the season, and he has got back or been sent back to Leicester. In central midfield, Vinny Souza and Siddy Peck. We just saw Ollie Arblaster talking to Prutton and Joby, and who else they got there? Stuart Dallas and Chris Basham. It would have been him. So they've had a couple of bad long-term injuries here, Sheffield United. But in the main, they've got their players back now, and you can see there with that front four, it's looking all right, isn't it? Raksaki, Campbell, O'Hare, and Brereton Diaz. Now, I don't know whether Footmob have got that lined up correctly, because what we might well get is Brereton Diaz playing off to the left and Campbell up front. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what Chris Wilder will do. Brereton Diaz, since his Blackburn days, really comes off the left-hand side. To be fair, he came on down the right-hand side, didn't he, and scored. And I can't remember the game. Someone's going to tell me the game that we covered where he scored the little dink. Who was that against? Was it Middlesbrough? They were really good, weren't they? So, yeah, that's my look at that. Let's have a look on the bench for Sheffield United. Faxon, Chowdhury, Holding, McCallum, Gus Harmer. That'd be a very, very good substitute to bring into the game. Tom Davies, Kiefer Moore, Rhian Brewster, and Tom Cannon on the bench. So they're starting to get a bit of depth now, Sheffield United, because it was bare bones for a while. But, yeah, big news maybe is that Gus Harmer does not start, but to have Harmer and Cannon on the bench could be something very, very nice for Chris Wilder to utilise later in the game. Leeds, so settled. You can all reel off this team before we even know what it is. Meslier in goal. Excuse me, I'm drinking coffee. Bogle, Firpo are the fullbacks. Rodon and Strauick. And there is no Ethan Ampadu, who must be injured because he'd definitely be playing if he was fit. So it is Tanaka and Gruev. Let's be fair, all of the lads that have played central midfield for Leeds this season have been fantastic, haven't they? Rothwell as well. Even in that last game against Sunderland, came on and stuck a couple of set plays in to get both the assists for the Strauick goals. But tonight it's going to be Gruev and Tanaka. So no Ampadu. How does that weaken Leeds? Tanaka's very good, I will say. Someone's already said it up there on TikTok in terms of match winners. Dan James was a name that came up down the right. Solomon down the left. Aronson in the 10. And Pirro, the number 10, playing up top for Leeds. So really, other than Ampadu not being there, Leeds at full strength. The bench for Leeds United: Darlow, Schmidt, DeBayo, Guiavogi, Byram, Rothwell, who changed the game, didn't he, along with Strauick against Sunderland when we last did Leeds last Monday, Ramazani, Joseph, and Nonto. That's strong, isn't it? So especially in terms of pressing and energy, if you do get late into the game, you can change both wingers there with Ramazani and Nonto and put Joseph in as a presser up front. And when he did that, kept Pirro in, didn't he, and played him in the number 10 spot. Let's go to some comments. We've got about 6 minutes to go before kickoff. Let's read out some of these. Where am I landing? Sorry, so many comments in here. Choles, good evening to you. Matt, good evening to you. Stuck at work. Keep commenting if you can, Matt, but don't get in trouble at work, obviously. David, I think it's Guy, isn't it? Evening, Dave, Lee, Jay, Math, Ben, and everyone. You are very, very welcome. James, welcome to you. Come on, you mighty blades, make us proud. Lads, Ampadu out and Harmer won't play tonight for Sheffield. Yeah, we've just done the teams, Greg. You are 100% on that. Penguin, Dancing Penguin there. Need a 3-point win. Paul cleared. It has draw written all over. I did go for the draw. Go to predictions in just a second. Lucy, don't worry. Matt and I haven't recorded the League One predictions yet. If you're waiting for them, that's my fault. I've been doing the Sportsman podcast with Gab Sutton and Simon today up in Manchester. So it's a bit of a long day for me, but we got that recorded. We're back here and do you know what? I'm not going to speak to Matt on Wednesday, Lucy. So League One predictions will land on Matt's channel on Wednesday. Christopher, good evening to you. Any other hellos to say? Sam, I'm not talking to you, Sam, who's a Wolves fan, but yeah, Wolves are looking very good at the moment. Any more in here? Yeah, I think Ashley agrees there. Chalky Ice, concerned about Raksaki versus Firpo and Purdue, a big loss. Any more? I think I've read out comments for everyone. There you go, Whale Sharks. Guy going all out tonight, a pitch side desk. You love to see it. What else have we got? Shall I block this guy? Shall I block this guy with the Jesus comment? He's put some heart faces on it. Let's see what he comes up with next. He's had his moment there, Nathan. There we go. There you go, Nathan. You might be in the sin bin here. We'll let the audience decide whether Nathan's going in the sin bin for Jesus slander. What else have we got here? McAllister, enjoyed your appearance. Thank you very, very. It's out already, actually, but stay here. Watch this. Players are coming out. I need predictions. I'm way behind the curve. You guys have been hammering out the comments here, which is tremendous. But I need predictions, guys. You have got 24 seconds. Don't be smart. Don't be clever. Just put the score. All I want to know is the score. Sheffield United, something Leeds. Get into predictions right now. Twitter as well. TikTok. Let's go, go, go. I am up against it here. You got 3 minutes and we've got 24 second stinger. So predictions now. Go. Right, we're going to have to move quickly on these guys because I've waffled on too long. It's my fault completely. But where are we starting? Lots of Simbin votes here. Where are we landing? I think we're starting with Kieran there. 2-1 Leeds. I might not be able to read out your name here. Desmond there for Adam. Desmond for Lee. 1-1. 1-1. Desmond. Nil F and nil, Jack. I don't want a nil F and nil. Such a big game. So disappointing, the Burnley Leeds game, wasn't it? Where we expected fireworks and got none. Desmond, 1-1. 2-1 away. 3-3 draw. Bring it. 2-0 Leeds. 2-0 Blades. 2-0 Leeds. 1-1. 3-0 Leeds. 3-2 Leeds. 2-0 Blades. 3-1 Leeds. 1-0 Blades. Got to read all these out quickly. Players are congregating already around the centre circle here. Ahead of Greasy Chip Butty. 2-1 Leeds. Come on, let's get through these. 3-3, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. Lots of draws in here, guys. I think I had a draw, didn't I? 1-0 Leeds, 2-1 Leeds. 3-1 Blades, 3-1 Blades, 1-0 Leeds. 3-2 Leeds. Guys, I'm just going to click through them. I'm so sorry. I'm not even going to say them now. Here we go. I'm rattling right through. Sorry. Thank you for putting your predictions in. It's completely my fault. I've spoken too long. Left us absolutely no time. There we go. 2-0, a brace from Benjamin Bloom. Imagine that. Smashing them in the top corner. Me. There we go. Okay. My bad. My sincerest apologies then. We went way too long on that. Right, Leeds players in a huddle there. We're going to swing over in this direction. Really, really looking forward to this one. It is a first against second game. We don't get too many of them. You know, you could go through a season and never have first playing second if the fixtures all work out wrong. But we've got one in round 34, which is pretty blooming exciting to me. And it is Sheffield United versus Leeds. And look, there is Daniel Farker. He's having to go up to the gantry with the analysts. He's obviously got a touchline ban. You can see him just walking through all the Sheffield United analysts there. Farker in bother for celebrating the goal for Leeds that won the game against Sunderland last Monday night and entering the field of play. We have kicked off. Leeds just circulating it round the back out to Bogle in the right back position. I'm just getting organised here. The ball's gone out of play, so it should give me opportunity to get the clock ready for all of you guys. And then we'll properly get into a mouth-watering championship matchup. Doesn't get any better, does it? First against second. How is that for you? No, the clock's behind. Of course it is. You're stitching me up here, Sky, aren't you? I'm sure I had it lined up. Is that looking better? I think that's looking a little bit better. We'll sort out the banner as well. God, I must give myself more than 15 minutes on a big game like this because there's loads of you in here and I want to read out all your comments, to be fair to you. Souza has a shot from absolutely miles out. It's a hopeless shot, so bad, hasn't even gone out of play, and Raksaki's got it out on the wing. Raksaki puts a lovely cross in, goodness me, just over the head of Campbell in the box there. That would have been reminiscent of Leeds' winning goal against Sunderland last week, where a shanked shot ends up being a decent pass, doesn't it? Decent enough start in this one. Sheffield United just getting that ball into the box. Just went over, I think it's Tyrese Campbell's head, wasn't it? And if it's on his head, he's probably scoring, isn't he? He's inside the 6-yard box. Campbell and Strike have gone down. Proper frantic start here. And pause for a second here. Oh dear. I put the heater on. Put it on the big hot amount there. Don't think the yellow card's going to come out for that. No, Tanaka goes in. He wins the ball. Just nicks it past Campbell, and then Campbell and Strauch just run into each other. I think it's a painful one for Strauch. It looks like his wrist, possibly. But there we go. What have we got in the chat? Which way are the teams facing? So the Blades are shooting towards the Leeds fans, and Leeds are shooting towards the Blades fans in the Kop. So I think both sides will be happy with where they're shooting in the second half, where both sides will be hoping to win this game. Souza knocks that back. Robinson goes diagonal. Harry Clark has just left one on Firpo there, just jumps into him. Trying to wind Firpo up, wind the crowd up, etc., etc. Leslie, Sheffield Wednesday fan up there on TikTok. You can imagine who they're supporting. Who else are we saying hello to? Mustafa, welcome to you, fella. Rodon wins the foul, or quickly takes a free kick, rather. Referee Webb doesn't like it, so off we go again. No real flow to the game. It's all just a big haze of pressing and tackling, but here come Leeds for the first time. Nice outside into Bogle. Bogle, former Sheffield United player, of course. Can't get the cross in, but he's going to get another go. Well blocked out. And that'll be a throw-in to Leeds United. Tanaka. James. Tanaka. James again. Souza troubling. He's still got it off to Gruev. Leeds building now. Good seeing this. They've got plenty forward. Solomon against Clark. Solomon steps inside. Nice little give. Aronson there. Big tackle by Vinny Souza. You had to get that one right. Slide in like that and make any kind of contact with anyone and you're in trouble these days. Like a handball there, but referee has not seen it and we are playing on. And the ball is turned back over to Leeds. I don't want to say it's low on quality because it's not. That's not a fair thing to say. It's just a frenetic start to this one, guys. The two best teams in the league according to the table. If you believe the table is the best metric for sorting the quality of teams in the league. You can debate that. But these are 1 and 2. They're just struggling with the occasion at the moment and both just pressing the hell out of each other and running at each other full pelt here. It's gone back to Mike Cooper. Good evening. Look, the great Matt SB. There we go. We'll be speaking to Matt on Wednesday for League One predictions. Bogle has been penalised there for a tug on the shirt. No Premier League check-in probably this week. Well, they're both fouling each other on that one, which generally means fan of Team A wants player from Team B to be penalised and vice versa. But Brereton Diaz has won the decision. If they're both cheating, the one who hides it the best gets the free kick, right? How was that a foul, Timbo? Well, there were 2 fouls, and he penalised the one he saw. Free kick then, Sheffield United. Burrows going to swing this in with the left foot. Here it comes. Burrows, poor delivery. They did the dummy. The line went back to cover the offside, and then he played the free kick straight to Tanaka, who'd come back. Oh, that's knocked forward, and useful defensive header there, because there were 2 Leeds players. I think it was Pirro and Solomon possibly chasing through. If he gets any kind of weak header on that, Leeds were potentially in, weren't they? Diaz tries to knock it down the line. Bogle blocks it out. We were talking earlier about FootMob putting Brereton Diaz to the front and Campbell to the left. You can clearly see a battle already between Diaz and Bogle. So, yeah, he will be out on the left-hand side. See, I told you football fans were blind, weren't they? Look, Key City Kyle, you ignore, they're both fouling each other. So it just goes whichever one the referee sees, I guess. So, yeah, Bogle fouled Diaz. Diaz fouled Bogle. And the referee saw Bogle fouling Diaz. But people really have trouble with 2 players cheating at the same time, don't they? They want to ignore one of them, hey? It's annoying. Maybe the players should stop tugging the shirts of each other, hey? That'd help, wouldn't it? Lovely big switch of play there out to Firpo. Nice chest down. Raksaki back covering, though. If we could have just chested that forward, he had a run down the wing there. But now he's to the byline, Firpo. Crosses left-footed. James climbing. Diaz back. And he plays it up the line to Souza. Clipped into the channel by Burrows. Good ball, that. Oh, nice take, Campbell on the left foot. Campbell steps inside. Campbell to the byline. Crosses. Good play by Campbell. Good block by Rodon. Corner. Sheffield United. 179 people watching, only 80 likes. Yeah, hit that like button. Help us out. Thank you, Penguin. Oh, what are you doing to me, Matt? You can vote for that in the comments. Obviously, we know what the tribal answers to that will be, don't we? Pray for me, Ben. I'm off to Manchester tomorrow. Dear oh me. Good luck, hey? Who am I saying hi to as well? Ian, welcome, fella. Corner, Blades, Peck, right-footed, and it goes. Meslier, all flappy, headed off the line. My God, no foul anywhere there. That would be an interesting one to see. Meslier comes into the crowd, goes with one arm, completely flaps at it, and then it's cleared off the line. Absolute carnage in there. Oh, Sheffield United are really leaving themselves exposed on these set pieces as well. Like everybody forward on 2 of them now. Be interested to see what the replay says on that one. Whether it was a sloppy bit of goalkeeping by Meslier or he just got stuck, in the crowd. Evening, Paul. Welcome to you, fella. Sheffield United just edged it so far, haven't they? But in truth, nothing doing. Cooper. Poor ball forward, and hopefully Sky are going to show us a replay of that corner. Meslier saying he's been pulled on the shoulder. Let's have a look. No, he's just weak there, Meslier, isn't he? Goodness me, he needs to do better with that. Let's have a look. There's no hint of a foul, is there? You tell me. Oh, no, to be fair, is it Souza? It's a great clearance off the line, Gruev. No, to be fair, there is an arm on the shoulder. I think Mellier's got a point there. Didn't look like a foul. Again, well hidden because he jumped so high. But yeah, you could argue you wouldn't have been surprised. Keepers always get fouled, or they always get decisions. And he does have his hand on his shoulder, doesn't he? Here comes Gruev for Leeds. I need to say a big thank you to Liam. Pound on the super chat. Thank you, Liam. Legend, one of our MK fans from down the road. So I was in MK today getting a train. Well, I wasn't there for long. Drove to the station. Out we go. £1 for every shot we had on target. Thank you so much. Legend. Thank you, Liam. Great supporter of the channel. The ball is back with Rodon. So closest anyone has come. Sheffield United there. Who actually got the header on it? Was it Sousa? The consensus in the chat probably is putting his arm down on Mellier's shoulder. In VAR land, we know it gets disallowed, don't we? So Ian, Wilder has given him instructions to get to Meslier. No doubt. No doubt. Dane, watching the stream. NHS Wi-Fi blocking Now TV. You're very, very welcome. Wherever you're watching from. We'll play Where in the World later and we'll find out where you're watching from. Solomon wins it over on the left-hand side on halfway. Sky have just put up the kind of territories, and it is with Sheffield United who've started the game the better. However, you know Leeds will come into it, don't you? Sheffield United are at home, and I guess they have a bit more of a kind of aggressive style than Leeds do in that regard. But fag paper between the two teams, well, as a points deduction between the two teams, that's it this season. Leeds maybe purring a little bit more, but same amount of points accumulated, less the points deduction, isn't it? So Sheffield United have won a fair amount of games by a single goal and got the job done. But you get promoted if you keep doing that. That's no slight on what the Blades have done. They've been superb, haven't they? Sousa. Oh, nice little turn. Brilliant between two. Peck. Burrows coming down the left. Burrows. Diaz right out on the left wing. He's going to cross it right-footed. Nicely whipped in. Oh, huge chance. Hits the crossbar. Surely it's headed in. Oh, it's gone over the line, has it? I don't know who's got the final touch. Tyrese Campbell runs away. What we do know is the referee's watch has gone off and said that was over the line, and Sheffield United have started this game well, and they have got themselves the lead. They've built down the left-hand side. Cross goes in from Diaz, right-footed. It's headed off the bar. It's scrambled over the line by some hook or by crook. We think Campbell has got the goal, and early in this game, we have a goal to Sheffield United. It's 1-0 to the Blades. Wow. So the cross goes in on the near post. O'Hare's really unlucky. His header hits the bar. Oh, it's an own goal. It's a Meslier own goal, that for sure. I don't think Campbell's going to get that goal. Campbell gets the lights. O'Hare's unlucky. In fact, it's a great save by Meslier first time. Tips it onto the bar. Campbell's header hits the post. That's an own goal. Mellier's palmed that into his own side netting. After making a brilliant save, the much maligned, much talked about Illan Meslier is going to get an own goal in this game. Campbell's header clearly hits the post and comes back out away from the goal. So it's going to be an own goal for Illan Meslier, who scored that. Well, he didn't get an own goal given for the one against Sunderland, but we all know he basically threw it in the net. And the much discussed Leeds keeper is going to be discussed again. And I feel a bit for him because the first one looks like a terrific save from, I mean, it's a great cross by Diaz, isn't it? Let's make no bones about that. O'Hare's header is tipped brilliantly onto the bar by Meslier. Campbell hits the post and Meslier palms it into his own goal. But here comes Sheffield United again. We'll go to the comments in just a sec, guys. But the Blades are at it here. Here comes Burrows to the byline. Burrows fires it in low. Ooh, crikey, right across the box. Leeds are rocked here. Sheffield United really, really, really on top. This is nicely worked. You wonder, Where's Billy Sharp when you need him? It was O'Hare made the run to the near post. Nobody going into the middle of the box where there would have been a tap in. Right, let's go to the comments. This should make the game interesting. Very, very much so. Sheffield win would certainly make things interesting. Yeah. If there's any views on Meslier that aren't necessarily too kind, I'll acknowledge they're there, but we try not to read too many of them out. Keepers knocked that in. Cat among the pigeons. Poor defending, own goal, Meslier, etc., etc. Rodon. There's Daniel Farker up in the gods there. He would have got a bird's eye view of that own goal. Definitely not a cagey start. No. It's been fiery, hasn't it? Billy Sharp is at Doncaster. There you go. He's taken my question literally. You knew what I meant, didn't you? Because he certainly would have been in the middle of the 6-yard box for that cross. Long throwing goes in. Oh, Mellier's flapping at it again. Poor guy's lost his confidence now, hasn't he? If they were target him, it's worked, hasn't it? That first corner, he's probably fouled. It's O'Hare, spins, hits the shot. Sheffield United are really putting the pressure on here. Could potentially... It could go 2-0 this, couldn't it? Leeds need to get a grip of this. Obviously, we've just had the goal where Mellier's palmed it into his own net, and that one as well. He's scrambling, isn't he? He's scrambling. Leeds looking rattled. Yeah, they've got to survive this period, haven't they? They've got to get out of this period and then grab themselves an equaliser, but Sheffield United are on it, at it. There's Raksaki down the right. That looked like they went out, but we're carrying on nonetheless. There you go. No shots yet for Leeds and no touches in the opposition box. It has been all Sheffield United thus far. Big 50-50 there, won by Robinson in the centre circle. Here comes Sousa. Nice drive forward out to Raksaki. Goes to Brereton Diaz on the edge of the box. He tries to run in. Now, Mellier's done well that time. Slides out and grabs it. And then they're so targeting him, aren't they? Diaz, for no reason, just barges into the back of Meslier on his way out. Dear oh me. The ball is back with the Leeds keeper, who is the story once again. Bogle. Rodon. Strack. Just knocked down the line. Nice build this by Leeds, but Firpo just knocks it ahead of Solomon. Nicely swept up by Ahmed Hodzic. And Sheffield United can't keep the ball. Now, there's been a few phases now where it's turned over and gone back to Leeds, and this is where they may start to be able to build up some possession, some territory, because they haven't really had any yet during this game, have they? Bogle clips that one into the channel. James chasing. Burrows heads away. Pirro. Nice ball by Pirro. Solomon. Firpo overlap. Firpo in behind. Oh, should do better with the cross there, Firpo. It's a good clearance, I think, by Robinson. But, yeah, big opening there for Leeds. Let's have a look. Where should he have played this? Not where he did, is my only answer so far. To be fair to Firpo, no, I'm being harsh on him there. No Leeds player made an obviously good run, and all the Sheffield United players tracked exactly where they should have. So, yeah, good defending. I take that back, Firpo. All is forgiven. I am sorry. I was wrong once a day. How about that? Was a good clearance by Robinson, who's got the TV cameras close up on him. Now, it is Sheffield United 1, Leeds United 0. Own goal, Meslier. Here's Rodon for Leeds, who are starting to build something now, aren't they? James feed through. All good block there. Robinson again. Bogle. Tanaka. Bogle, bit of space down the right. Feeds it into James. That's good defending by Sousa. Very good indeed. Tracks the run because Dan James is lightning quick. Evening, Richard. Blue Monday legend. Very interesting start. But Leeds are just coming into it now, aren't they? Let me know if you agree in the comments. Bogle is going to take a throw in the right back area for Leeds as we come up to the quarter point in the game. Sheffield United are going to want all 4 quarters to go exactly like the first one has. Well, they'll win 4-0 if that happens, won't they? It's not going to go like that because they came out of the traps like absolute madmen, didn't they? Big press, big energy. Big decision, obviously, trying to rattle the keeper for Leeds. That much was made clear by people in the comments, and I totally agree. And they've got the goal early. Here's O'Hare. Lifts that over the top. Peck to chase. Meslier out. Grabs that one. Sheffield United win, they go top. Yes, indeed. So as things stand in the Championship table, it will be Sheffield United winning the title. They're on 73, but as things stand, you know what I'm saying. Leeds on 72. We're seeing the goal again. I'm certain it was a great save for the first one. And yeah, it's actually, when you look at it, I know he's made a great save. It's actually a really bad own goal, isn't it? It's one of those where, you know, there's own goals where there's not a lot you could do. It's one of those where if you just don't touch the ball, 2 defenders on the line are going to clear it. Yeah, look, Strauch's standing behind him on the line. And he's just fumbled it, bless him, into his own net. Strout, the Leeds captain, just having a word with Meslier. He's got a job to do in terms of that keeper's confidence. Sky are being a bit cheeky there. They've put Mellier's card up there. Saves 1, drops 2, own goals 1, catches 0. That's a little bit naughty, I've got to say. Sousa, who's an absolute monster in central midfield, isn't he? What a great player he's been this season. It's just got to go off and get some treatment. Mellier's giving the ball back to referee Webb. And we are going to start again. Nick, could Farke's touchline ban be a factor today? I mean, he's fairly chilled out on the touchline, but they'll miss him, won't they? My God, Wilder's can just dominate the touchline there. I think they'll miss his presence there, I have to say. You know what it's like. If you're used to something and it's not there anymore, it can be unsettling. James comes in off the right. James swings it to the back post. Solomon arriving. Too much on the cross. Wasn't it worst cross in the world, was it? Let's have a look. Drops it in. Yeah, it's not a terrible cross. Harry Clark holds the line fairly well. The problem is the standard for crossing in this game is Brereton Diaz swinging that one into O'Hare for the goal. Here's Ahmed Hodzic. Nice drive out. Peck. Bit of space for Peck. Charges forward to the edge of the box. Peck hits a low shot. Easy save for Meslier. Nice drive forward, wasn't it, by Peck? He was constantly looking out to his left. He wanted the ball to Diaz to be on, but it wasn't. Solomon, nice feet. Tanaka. It's turned into Leeds having possession now and Sheffield United counter-attacking, which I don't think they'll mind. Forward comes Gruev. That is very un-Leeds-like. Panic, force a shot, smash it into the stand behind the goal from 30 yards or whatever. The number of times O'Hare gets headers in the box is rather high. It's timing, isn't it? Hey? Number 10's got to arrive and get in there, hasn't he? Don't think he's that great in the air either, is he, O'Hare? But hey, if your positioning's good and your timing's good, hurled down the line by Robinson. Campbell holds it, does well. Diaz, O'Hare, Souza. Souza's a strong bugger, isn't he? O'Hare knocks it back. Blades keeping possession and going back to Cooper. Leeds will be quite happy with that. Everyone comes up the pitch. Press engages. Sheffield United go back home. Pinged out to the wing. Nice take, Burrows. Overplayed a little bit there. Unforced error by Tyrese Campbell. And Leeds have the ball back. 28 gone. Sheffield United 6 shots. Leeds 1. And that one Leeds shot was Gruev smashing it from 30 yards into the stand. Couple of nice openings engineered, though, by Leeds. And they're going to get a corner here. Bogle's cross deflects out. Remember, Firpo got in and was well defended. James's cross just flashed past the far post. Corner Leeds. Solomon is going to take it. Rodon is forward. In comes the corner. Oh, it's a good one. Glanced on the near post. You often see them just flash into the net, don't you? Yes, decent chance that. I think it's Gruev possibly on the near post who wins it. Didn't get his angles right. Enough power on those. You often see them flying, can't you? Couldn't take the chance, though. Throw in to Sheffield United, which Burrows is very slowly taking. Robinson, Peck. It's flown by the first 30 of this game, which says a lot about the pace. Diaz, nice feed. Campbell into the box. Good pace. Campbell crosses. It's a great ball. Oh, good defending in the middle there. It's Firpo. That's really good because he's the left back and he was all the way across. And if he's not, watch him track O'Hare here. And he's got a man behind him, Raksaki. That's outstanding from Firpo, isn't it? O'Hare's just going to tap that into the goal if the left back hasn't come across with him the whole way. Goes with his wrong foot as well. That's superb from Firpo, but it's good from Sheffield United. They've got another corner, and you know this is going under the bar, and you know they're going to be jumping all over Meslier again, don't you? Peck will have had his instructions. I bet they're all in the 6-yard box. Yep, there they are on the back post. It's going under the keeper, guys. You know it is. In it goes. Cleared out. Lobbed back into the back stick by Raksaki. And Leeds and Meslier survive. This will be us next season. You looking forward to it? Oh, Leicester friends there. Sousa this season is like a free signing. Most players would have driven him to the airport last season. Well, yeah, but how much did he cost in the Premier League? he always should have been good, shouldn't he? Firpo down the left-hand side. Cross comes in from Gruev, headed away. Nodded back in, and it's all the way through to Cooper. It's going to be a restart for the Blades. Cooper goes long. Rodon easily wins the header. Strauch comes out and wins it. Bogle goes back home to Melio. Back out to Rodon. Bogle, Tanaka. Leeds having possession now. Yeah, God, 61% possession to Leeds, but all the chances have gone to Sheffield United. Throwing Leeds over on the left wing. Firpo, I actually think, is having a good game. Takes it. Didn't do a hell of a lot wrong with that overlap run he made. Just well defended, I think, and a great clearance to stop O'Hare possibly getting a second one for Sheffield United there. Here's Solomon. Lovely dribble. Oh, good ball, Solomon. Aronson in the 10. Aronson helps it across. James hits it left-footed. He can't get his body around to swing that in the far corner. Do you know what? When Solomon plays this, there's 2 over. It goes into Aronson. You think, right, touch, give it now. And he turns back into Diaz. And that's all it took. If he has one touch, opens his body straight out, then Leeds are probably scoring from that, aren't they? Sky have just put up Joel Pirou's touch map. Only 4 touches for the Leeds central striker. Not been able to get in the game yet. And neither, as Leeds 1-2 says, has Aronson. Although he did get in the game just then. And he had 1 touch too many, didn't he? In a very lightning quick counter-attack. Ouch. Tanaka makes the foul there. Sousa makes a meal of it. It is a foul. Just gets to the ball second. To be fair, if Sousa kicks through at the bottom of his foot, that does hurt, but ho-hum. Free kick, Sheffield United. Ahmed Hodzic goes short to Clark. And gives it away down the line. Clark helps him out. Clark's done well there. And as soon as I say that, hits it down the line. Out of play. Pretty much 10 to half time. There will be a bit of stoppage time, won't there? We've had a goal. And obviously, I think Sousa got some treatment, didn't he? At one point. Maybe it'll be 2 minutes where we are right now. Who's the most entertaining team I've watched this season in the Championship? I need to think about that. Someone go through the watch-alongs. Who gives us all the goals? Norwich, maybe? It's always both teams to score in Norwich games, isn't it? And you get Sainz and Sargent. Not Burnley. We've done a few 0-0 draws with Burnley, I hate to say. But they're very good. It is an art form, defending that well. Strauch. Solomon's got a bit of space. Strauch is sprinting forward as well. Solomon still. Solomon, great ball to James. Similar position to a minute ago. James doesn't use it again, does he? Tanaka, remember, Strauch came up from the back, although he's going to trot back. He's not going to Steve Bruce it and just stay in the box. Oh, James, nicely worked out from Aronson to Bogle into the near post. Peru, can he get there? No. Cleared. Away. It's going to be a... This little kid giving Bogle grief. In training there in that Tony Curry stand there for Sheffield United. Strauch. Solomon. Solomon's had a good last 5 minutes, hasn't he? Looks really tidy on the ball. He's got the measure of Clark there. Solomon. Oh, lovely work. He's playing really well, Solomon, now. Managed to just keep it alive. Aronson. James on the right wing. James beats Burrows. James, floaty cross. Should be the keeper's easy catch by Cooper. What do we got here? Adam, could you see us getting a result against Sunderland next week? Sheffield Wednesday. Where's the game, Adam? Is it Hillsborough then, possibly, yeah? Lowy, can Frank Lampard get an apology from the football community? He ain't getting one from me, because I've always been very sensible when it comes to golden generation players. It's, the rest of the football media that gets a bit deranged by very famous players who become managers. But no, he won't be getting an apology from me, because I bet I haven't said anything that warrants an apology. But yeah, you're doing very well. Norwich is a good shout. Yeah, probably have got the most goals per game, haven't they? Blade's the better team. Leeds haven't got going. Yeah, I know what you mean. There might be a bit of a lag on that, though, Liam, where the chances will follow once they get the territory. They're having the possession and they're starting to get the territory. It works in that order, doesn't it, with Leeds? Possession, territory, then chances, right? They got to build it up. Strauch. Tanaka. Strauch to Rodon. Ginter's Garage. Do you think any could stay in the Premier League after being promoted? Looks bloody impossible at the moment, doesn't it? But hopefully so. My lot are struggling with it at the moment. Oh, that's knocked over the top. Solomon is in and onside. Solomon hits the shot straight at the keeper. It was clipped straight over the top. We weren't able to see the angle from the side in terms of the offside. No, he's on. It's a terrible defensive line. Harrison Burrows on the left-hand side is playing everybody on side. Really poor from the Blades left back. Solomon runs in the back of Clark. And it's a poor shot in the end, isn't it? Dear oh me. I have to say, even with my Ipswich Town fan hat on, Solomon's got Clark in his pocket at the moment, hasn't he, over on that left-hand side. Here's Gruev. Sky have got the shot timeline up, which says there were 6 shots in a row that were all for Sheffield United, now 5 in a row for Leeds United. Easy points for Ipswich next. Be nice, wouldn't it? Hey, I'll believe it when I see it. Have I ever been to Wings Kings? I have not. Do they sell chicken by any chance? Oh, that's given away cheaply out from the back by Sheffield United. Here's Solomon, who's Leeds' best player at the moment. Swings it in, easy gather. That's the only problem. I'm saying Solomon is Leeds' best player, but in that moment when he was in behind, that wonky defensive... Well, actually, it wasn't a wonky defensive line. 3 of them were in the right place, and then Burrows was blooming 3 metres behind all of them, wasn't he? Just needs to execute, finish, assist or whatever, Solomon. But he looks like he's the outlet for Leeds, doesn't he, at the moment? Diaz, the other left winger. Leeds have got it clear. Sousa picks it up. Oh, beautiful play by Sousa there. Plucks it out of the air and drag back, little poke away. But then it's given away. Strack plays the channel. Again, that's not offside. They're appealing for it. They've got to sort this offside trap out. Here comes Solomon inside. Solomon hits the shot. Good block. I think Harry Clark needs a bit of help from Jess Raksaki down that side now, doesn't he? Solomon has got Clark on toast for the last 10 minutes, hasn't he? And again, that is a dreadful defensive line. Ahmed Hodzic tries to play offside this time, and it's Robinson that's miles behind everybody. Chris Wilder's going to be furious with that. It's happened twice now, hasn't it? Firpo takes the throw. And why are we stopping? Was it knocked back and there was an offside? That's a bit silly, wasn't it? It's going to be a free kick to Sheffield United. Does Farke's penchant for Norwich players mean he comes for Gunn, who's out of contract? Yeah, possibly. That does feel more a Championship signing than a Premier League signing, though, doesn't it? So if they get promoted, maybe not. It's a bit mean on poor old Angus Gunn, but you know what I'm saying, don't you? O'Hare. Burrows, blocked by Bogle. Sousa. Change of direction by Diaz. Peck. Sousa. Sousa drives forward. Peck. Burrows. Could build up this. Burrows. As soon as I say that, he overhits that. Peck wins it back. I bet Peck fouls Aronson here. No. Going to be a Sheffield United throw. Oh, it's a Leeds throw. I thought that went the other way. What do I know? Meslier, whose name is on the score sheet with the letters OG next to it. That's brutal. Compared to how Godfrey handled Son on Saturday, Harry Clark is playing a blinder against Solomon. This is a low bar, is it? James. I reckon they might go through at the back in the second half, Sheffield United. Here comes James, skins his man, crosses low, blocked out. Who's the lad they signed? Holding. Is he on the bench? I'm going to make that prediction right now. I think they did it. Who did they do it against? Luton, was it? I know Luton were playing pretty direct. Well, they might have to speed things up now in terms of changes. Because Harry Clark is down and he's asked for the doctor to come on with 1 minute to go before half time. I think he's coming off. My spidey senses from his expression. It's going to be 3 minutes stoppage time looking at the board. There is Rob Holding, who I was just talking about, but obviously Harry Clark's a fullback. Is he coming out or is he keeping going? We will. Sorry, I just got to sort the TikTok out up there. Dragging the puzzle piece into play. I think Clark is keeping going. But to my point before that, I wouldn't be surprised if Rob Holding is in at some point as a third centre back. just to spread out a little bit across the back and not coping 1v1 down the sides terribly well, are they? Sheffield United. Monster throw again by Robinson. What we got? We got 3 minutes stoppage time, but we're going to play 4, aren't we? Because we've lost pretty much the first minute. He's had enough. Well, I think he's going to play on, isn't he? A Chappers-esque sit down. Referee didn't go for it anyway, did he? Bogle into first half stoppage time. I reckon there's 3 minutes of it remaining, even though there's only a minimum of 3, if you know what I mean. Because we lost the first one. Gruev. Nice feet. Solomon. Raksaki is back helping this time. Firpo gives it back. That's going to be a throw into the Sheffield United full back, isn't it? Couple of phases of play left in this half for Sheffield United to see out. And they will go in leading and heading to the top of the championship table at the end of round 34. Going to go on to 73 points as things stand. Hooked away by Strack. It's a foul by Sousa, isn't it? Pull the shirt back on Aronson. Aronson's got to stand up in that battle, though, hasn't he? Sousa's a monster in that area of the pitch, and Aronson's got to get around him. Tanaka, there you go. Sousa wins another interception. And here's the counter. Sousa. Oh! That'll wind the Leeds players up. Completely pointless drag back heel there. Got a lucky bounce. Maybe they deserved it after the mocking bit of skill there. Here's Diaz. Oh, nice feed in by Diaz. Oh, why did Burrows touch it? Peck's running in behind him. If Burrows doesn't touch it, Peck's deep into the box. Right, we're over 48. I think we're going to go to 49, and it's a Leeds counter. Solomon, oh, nice poke in. Aronson into the box. Aronson tries to get the cross. It's blocked. And we're going to get a Leeds corner to close out the half. Chris Wilder doesn't think it's a corner. I will repeat my oft-said view, never trust anybody in a football stadium appealing for a decision. In comes said corner. Oh, it's going to bounce. Diaz has done well, and he clears that out for another corner. And we're going to go to half-time. In fact, some Leeds players appealing for something there from that last corner that I didn't quite catch. It's half-time. Ilan Meslier runs out. He gets a consoling pat on the back. I don't know whether it was the keeper coach or just one of Daniel Farke's staff members there. It's half-time. It is Sheffield United 1, Leeds 0. And it's an Ilan Meslier own goal in minute 14 that separates the two sides tonight. I thought Sheffield United started well, started aggressively, started with pace and with intensity, and they targeted the Leeds keeper, make no bones about that. First corner goes in. Sousa climbs all over him, actually, and gets away with it, has his hand on his shoulder, doesn't he? And the foul's not given. He's a bit rattled by that one. Then we get the goal, don't we? Which is a nice break down the left-hand side. It's a great cross by Diaz. You've got to say, comes in off the left, swings that in with his right foot. And the irony of all this conversation we're having, O'Hare heads it goalwards. I think he fingertips it onto the bar, Meslier. So he goes from making a really good save, but then he's in fight or flight and he's panicked. Campbell heads the ball against the post. It's just going to roll along the goal line. And I think Strauick's there and Rodon's there. Strauick's behind him in the goal. Someone's going to kick the ball away if Meslier doesn't pour his hand out and tap it back over his own goal line into the side net. And I get it. It's easy for me to watch in super slow motion and say he panicked. But he did panic, didn't he? and he tapped it into his own net, when if he doesn't touch the ball, it's not going in the goal. I kind of know that's how own goals work. But the point I'm making is sometimes with an own goal, there's nothing you can do. You're running back towards your goal and you're making a challenge. If you don't make the challenge, the striker's going to stick it in the net and you have to do something, and you end up sticking it in your own net. That was not the case there for Illan Meslier on minute 14. And then Leeds were rattled for a good 4 or 5 minutes after the goal as well. And there was another set play went in and Mellier's underneath it and he's flapping and he's struggling. And you think, my God, this could go 2-0. But I will say, we talked about the lag with Leeds, where it will go possession first, then the territory will come, and then the chances will come. Didn't create a hell of a lot, did they? They've had 6 shots in the end, Leeds. How many are they on target? 2 shots on target. There's things opened up a bit for James a couple of times. I thought Solomon was really good at the end of the half. I thought he had Harry Clark on toast, actually, for about 10 minutes or so, and that was a great outlet. Sheffield United got caught twice with a really rubbish offside line, and quick ball over the top to Solomon was working, wasn't it? So it's nicely poised, really, really interestingly poised for the second half. And Leeds do have to go for it, and there's this kind of mockery from the Leeds fans about Daniel Farke always waiting until minute 70 for subs to come. I don't know whether he has to go earlier tonight. I mean, the Leeds fans won't necessarily have been across it, but that first season, Norwich won the title, or Farke's second season. He went for it with some subs in a few of his games, and you had massively attacking ends to games. So that could be very, very intriguing if that's the case. I wonder whether we're going to see Rob Holding as well. I don't know. Did he do that at halftime at Luton? Sheffield United fans, if you can remember that. I wonder whether he's a bit concerned about the Leeds wings and he's going to go 3 at the back. I know Harry Clark's not necessarily a wing back, but just really go man-to-man on the wingers if they're happy to sit behind the ball. But do remember, Gustavo Harmer is on the bench for Sheffield United. He's a great attacking outlet as well. Brewster Cannon more on there. And we will no doubt see all of Ramazani, Joseph and Nonto. And obviously Rothwell changed the game for Leeds against Sunderland. I will stop talking. I'm going to go and grab a drink. I can see a whole load of comments in there. And we'll read some of those. Keep it filling up in there. We'll stop the TikTok stream for the next 5 minutes. I'm going to go and grab a drink. You do the same. Going to head to the toilet. Too much information. And I'm going to see you in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is half time. It is Sheffield United 1, Leeds United 0 in the first against second. Top of the table clash in the EFL Championship. Illan Meslier, the Leeds goalkeeper, with an own goal on 14, which separates the two sides. Question for you, parents in the chat: Do you steal your children's food? Because I went in there and there wasn't any Ben food to eat, really. So I ate some Enid food. That's probably a naughty thing to do and a silly thing to admit online, especially if my missus might happen to be watching at this time, because she'll be saying, go and buy yourself some food. What are you eating Enid's food for? But I was hungry. Anyone steal their kids' food? It's shocking. Literally taking food out of your children's mouth. How about that? Right. Shall we go to some comments? Hello to everybody up there on TikTok. Backer the net. Sheffield United, better team. I think they should have used the early goal to get a second before half time. Leeds have more gears. Should be an interesting second half. Yeah, I think I agree with all of that. Ian, some lapses at the back from Sheffield United have not been punished. Here we go. Pedantry is alive and well here. Look at this. It was not a Meslier own goal. Meslier touched the ball onto Firpo's foot and it went in. Well, according to FootMob, it was a Meslier own goal. According to me, it was a Meslier own goal. But Prasad said it's a Firpo own goal. Whichever way, Meslier cocked up really badly, didn't he? And the ball went in the goal. So what are you going to do, hey? Just stay away from the dog's. Yeah, right. Yeah. Not touching that stuff either. Right. How long are we out from the second half here? I wanted to play Where in the World, didn't I? So let's try and do that. First of all, can I say a massive thank you to everybody for watching tonight? Normal plugs here. You can support the channel by hitting like, comment, or subscribe. You can donate. This will always be free over here on the watch alongs, but you can support financially, which helps me out absolutely bloody massively. Huge thank you to Charlie. We had a super chat earlier on. Let me put that back up on the screen. There you go. We also had one from Liam. And look at that. Got another one from Charlie. Thank you so much. Didn't see that one. Jumping out of the box. Laugh out loud. Great game so far. I'm glad all are enjoying the stream. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you can support via super chat or super sticker, that really, really helps me with all of this stuff. Hey, right. I want to play Where in the World before we get into the second half. So yeah, players aren't out yet. I'm going to hit the stinger, which lasts for 20 seconds, and all you need to do, my usual claims here, please. Don't have to be funny. You don't have to be smart. You don't have to be clever or ironic or sarcastic. Just tell me where you're watching from. So like I would write Wixham's in Bedfordshire is where, well, I'm not watching. I'm literally doing the stream. But I want to know where you're watching from. We'll give a shout out to your locations. And it's great to know as a kind of little bit of market research. Hey, so let me know where you're watching from. You've got 20 seconds. Let me know on TikTok as well and Twitter. Away we go. If you're on TikTok, you get to hear me sing the guitar line when that nonsense is going. Right. Let's give a shout out to your places of residence. I want to shout out as many of these as possible. Well, Joby and the gang are finishing off. Right. Here we go. Coventry, Exeter, down in the southwest. Sheffield, Bedford, Rugby, Warwickshire. I went through Rugby on the train today, Paul, indeed. Dylan Thomas, the Dylan Thomas, Dylan in Wakefield, Wiltshire, Kent, Sheffield, San Jose, California. I say with great disdain, Alan, as I have my 400th grey day in England in a row. Norwich, Telford, Coventry, Florida, Northeast Florida, Brisbane, I thought that said Basildon, but it said Basildon. York. Auckland, New Zealand. I think Mike wins the prize of being furthest away. Blue half of Sheffield. Hillsborough Park. Oh, there you go. Gary's out in Thailand. If anyone's watching the latest season of The White Lotus, that is set in Thailand and it's bloody brilliant. Noah is in Bedford on TikTok as well. Ashley's in good old Ipswich. Los Galat. I asked Blanco this the other time where that was, and I should remember, shouldn't I? Nuneaton. No, you're not. Ali's on a cruise ship in Amsterdam. Lends us a fiver, Ali. They're expensive, those cruises, aren't they? New Brunswick, Ireland. Osaka. Hello, Alex. South Gloucestershire. I'll put that up. I'm not reading that, Keith. Netherlands, Cotswolds, Maltby, Barnoldsvik, Australia. Bury St Edmunds, Colin. Posh there as well, Colin, isn't it? Say all the people from Ipswich, yeah. Hampshire Chowdhury's in for Harry Clark, by the way. We just need to do a couple more of these. East London, Wellington. There you go, James, even further. I've got to click all of these through. Leeds, Wrexham, Bangkok, another one in Thailand. Great Plumstead, Singapore. There we go. Right. We have played where in the world? We should give Thomas a shout out in Barnsley. Barnsley, right at the bottom of the list. We're about to kick off in the second half. We have kicked off in the second half. It's Sheffield United 1, Leeds United 0. This is beautifully poised where, well, it's a bit weird with the challenger and the holder or whatever because they've swapped places, haven't they? So Sheffield United aren't the challenger right now. If you follow the live league table, they're actually top of the league, aren't they? But you know what I'm saying, don't you? The higher ranking team going into the game is behind and they need to chase. And that is what they will be attempting to do here in this second half. And they're going to have to face a long throw-in from Jack Robinson, which is going to be thrown on top of the keeper again, isn't it? Raksaki and Bogle having a bit of fun and games and Royal Rumble shenanigans there on the near post. Let me sort this bloody clock out. 53. I think I've got it, guys. 55, 56. Okie dokie. Add to stage. There it is. Referee Webb is having a word with Meslier and Raksaki. Meslier looks like he's about a foot taller than Raksaki as well. Raksaki's going to go and try and stand on Mellier's feet. Bogle's blocking him off. None of this helps, doesn't it? Long throw in. Hurled in. Chowdhury in for Clark. And remember, Chowdhury's a bit of a Swiss army knife, isn't he? He can play anywhere. Saw him play fullback and central midfielder. Brilliant for Leicester last season. Chowdhury. Burrows overruns that out for a goal kick to Leeds. We haven't had the wide shot at the back four. I'm guessing Chowdhury's just going to play right back. Yeah. And remember, Clark had a hard old time with Solomon in the first half. We'll see how Chowdhury goes. Remember that game? It was Leicester-West Brom at the end of last season where Chowdhury had an incredible game, didn't he? Cleared 3 off the line. As Leicester got one of those wins where you could have frankly got hammered, but you end up winning the game. Strange. And Chowdhury's first touch, not a great one. Knocks it down the line under pressure. Under pressure. Goes out of play. I mean, there's been some interesting comments about Meslier today, but there you go. Meslier is a lamppost. So what tickled me. A lamppost. Can lampposts catch? Oh, I'm joining in the pylon now. Poor fella. It's not my style. I'm not going to do that. Dear oh me. .48 gone. Sheffield United 1, Leeds 0. I didn't reset properly. It's Cooper in goal for the Blades. Burrows, Robinson, Ahmed Hodzic, and now Chowdhury in for Clark against Solomon down that side. Souza, Peck, Raksaki, Diaz, O'Hare, Campbell. For Leeds, Melier, Bogle, Firpo, Rodon, Strarick, Gruev, Tanaka, James, Aronson, Solomon, Pirro. We are definitely, surely going to see Cannon, Harmer, Nonto, Ramazani, Joseph, Brewster, and probably Holding as well. On my predictions, look, it's blooming 5 subs each. We'll see more than them. Raksaki, Firpo breathing down his neck. Gruev comes in and sweeps it up. Let me know in the chat. You think Leeds are missing Ampadu? Hard to say, isn't it? The lampposts are useful. I don't think that's controversial, Dave. I think that's an objective fact, isn't it? Under pressure. Liam, are you directly asking me to do a David Bowie impression? I think you might be, mightn't you? Is this true? I need to give a shout out to Hales in town. It's done. They won the number 9 local derby. That could be completely made up and I wouldn't know. Tanaka goes home to Melier. Strag. Grove. Strag. Piru helps it on. Headed out by Souza. I swear Souza must make like 15 interceptions every game. Ooh, last-ditch tackle there from Rodon as Diaz was running at him. Just broke off O'Hare and Rodon slides in well. Reads that nicely. Makes the tackle. It's true. I believe you. Millions wouldn't. Why would you lie? Chowdhury. It's amazing that if you put a milk bottle or an orange bottle in front of your microphone and talk into it, no one can hear you. How about that? An improvement, I hear you all say. Firpo knocks that back to Strarick and Melier clears his lines. Chowdhury wins the header. Robinson. I was going to say second half hasn't really picked up a pattern yet, but Sheffield United are on top again, aren't they? I'm looking in that half of the pitch the whole time, which, if I can't figure out anything else, means that they're probably having the territory, right? As Cooper knocks it long. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Sky. Only 5% in their own defensive third. Upper Town, says Marcus on TikTok. You can follow us on TikTok. We've got some nice little shorts and stuff. Our man Jakey doing those. And we do all the streams down there as well. Bit of a Luddite when it comes to TikTok, to be honest, but got to be on these things, haven't you? Oh, here's Solomon. It broke. And Firpo would have been in. Sorry, it was James, wasn't it? Coming off that side. My bad. He couldn't quite get the ball across to him. Kept on with the carry, and Firpo was right open. They kind of played through the press down the right-hand side, hadn't they? Well, now here comes a counter-attack the other end. Diaz. Diaz helps it on. Campbell's in. That's really good from Melier. Comes out right to the edge of his box. I thought Campbell was going to nick that round him and win a penalty. Good goalkeeping. You're still thinking about the bad news, though, aren't you? Here's Bogle. You hoist my chair up a bit. There we go. That's better. James down the right. He surely could have got... Oh, he's won it back there. James is in the box. Ooh, there's a penalty shout there. Jack Robinson is not very impressed with Dan James. My first instinct was, ooh, let's have a look at that. Does he catch him? Let's have a look. James nicks it off Robinson. What do we think? What do we think? Oh, it's a bit of a dive, isn't it, by James? He's waiting for him, waiting for him. and he falls over. I think referee's got that one right. Yeah, he's already going down. Robinson touches him on the back, but yeah, that's the correct decision, I think, by referee Webb there. And that's really good from Meslier, isn't it? He does well to keep the ball in the box, doesn't he? Curious, actually, because when it's a penalty, like even if your foot is on the line of the penalty area and the rest of your body's out, it's a penalty, isn't it? So I guess the whole ball has to be outside the penalty area for it to have been a handball, which would then be a deliberate denial of an obvious goal scoring opportunity, and then you're in trouble, aren't you? Dear oh me. Threw himself to the ground. Looked like he was falling down. Not a pen. Dive. Yeah, he's had a great season, James, hasn't he? That wasn't the best moment of it, was it? He's looking for it, Liam. He was, wasn't he? He's better than that, James, isn't he? Good player. Chowdhury. Ahmed Hodzic. Robinson. Burrows clips it into the channel. A bit of a poor phase of possession there by Sheffield United. And Daniel Farker is not going to bring subs on at 70 minutes, or first subs on. He's going to bring them on at 50. Well, it's going to be 56 by the time they get in. I saw Mateo Joseph and I saw Joe Rothwell. We are getting some new faces into this one. Here's Strauick. Meslier. Leeds about to make 2 substitutions, we think. Interesting to see who's going out. Nice turn and change of direction there by Aronson. Firpo. Firpo to Solomon, who hasn't had any change out of Chowdhury yet, has he? Gruev, good defending by Sheffield United, forcing Leeds back. Aronson is robbed there by Raksaki, and Raksaki's ran past him. Aronson went to foul him and actually didn't manage to get enough on the foul. Ooh, ouch. Sousa in the 50-50 there. I think Aronson might be going in the book here, mightn't he? That looked a painful one, that one, didn't it? He overruns it, Sousa. Oh, no, it wasn't as bad as it looked. They arrived quickly together. In fact, that's going to be the last thing Aronson does, because he's coming out the game. So I reckon he'll leave Piru on. Yeah, he's taking Gruev off. So Joseph's going up front. Piru's going in the number 10. Gruev's out. And Rothwell is into central midfield. Rothwell gives you good set plays, and he's always been good, Rothwell, at picking up the ball in a number 8 position and driving, carrying it into a number 10 position. So he does give you something a little bit different. And Chris Wilder is immediately going to respond. And we said Tom Cannon and Gus Harmer will be coming in. And they are coming in right now. Expensive January signing Cannon. And Harmer's a bit of a cheat code at championship level. I don't know why he's not starting. I'm sure Chris Wilder will explain to all of us. Especially if Sheffield United win, he'll take great delight in highlighting his genius in not starting Harmer. Here comes Raksaki down the right against Solomon. Raksaki crosses left-footed. There's little eyebrows on it on the near post. Robinson was on the far post, can't direct the header on target. Right, who's coming out for Sheffield United? Cannon is coming in for Tyrese Campbell, who was in the thick of it for the goal. Although it has gone down as an own goal for Illan Meslier. Campbell's header coming off the post and Meslier kind of clawed it into his own net. Jesrak Saki is coming out as well. So I wonder whether Diaz will go down the right again like he did the other day. Harmer will go down the left and Cannon will go up front. That's my guess, but we're about to find out. Annoyingly, they're in a 4-4-2 shape defensively. Yeah, Diaz right, Harmer left. So a little bit of a rejig there. Double sub by both teams. And remember, we already had Chowdhury come in for Clark at half time. Rothwell and Joseph in for Leeds. Harmer and Cannon in for Sheffield United. Here's Bogle for Leeds. That's going to reset the game, essentially, isn't it? Oh, crossed in by Tanaka. Nice ball. Firpo was up there. Gets his timing all wrong on the header. Looked a bit clumsy in the end, didn't it? He does get in some fun positions, Firpo, doesn't he? That's a good chance, that, isn't it? I was going to say, who in the Leeds team would you really want arriving on that? Probably Stroik or Rodon. Joe Jordan, maybe. John Charles. Fed down the line. Cannon leaves one on Rodon. Rodon is not happy with that. If you can lip read, there are about 7 Fs in one sentence there. Harmer. Spectacular first touch that. Booming switch of play out to Diaz on the half volley. Diaz. Chowdhury. Peck. Armanodzic. Oh, nicely worked. O'Hare knocks that one forward. Cannon inside to Peck. Oh, good tracking by Tanaka. What a goal that would have been, by the way. Brilliant passing from Sheffield United. Good tracking by Ao Tanaka, who just got on the toes of Peck as he's entering the box, ready to take the shot. Tanaka clears away. Looks like the double subs more positive impact for Sheffield United thus far. You tell me. Sorry, I've been to the comments in like 10 minutes, have I? My bad. Keep them coming, guys. Here comes Diaz to the edge of the box. Oh, shot driven right-footed by Sousa. He has to kind of side-foot it, so he can't get massive amount of power. No, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank sledgehammer side foot there. Easy save for Illan Meslier to make. Solomon, Tanaka, Firpo, building down the left, bit of space. Firpo tries a really complicated pass. Nearly breaks for Joseph after that, but Cooper is smartly out off his line and sweeps that one up. Nicely done. Sky are telling us the disproportionate amount of attacks are coming down the right-hand side for Sheffield United, where Diaz is operating. He's on the ball right now, and he slipped that one through nicely, looking for Cannon. That's good from Rodon. Just too strong for Cannon. Strike knocks it back. And Leeds build away. That's nicely fed in. Oh, James couldn't quite gather it. Piru, edge of the box. Oh, it does well, helps it on. I think Piru got fouled after the ball had gone there. Ref could have pulled that back, couldn't he? Doesn't. Sheffield United win it. He's going to give a foul now against Tanaka. I actually agree with Joel Piru there. I think Leeds are a bit unlucky there. I think Piru got fouled after the ball went. And Tanaka did foul his man. And it's a bit frustrating then, isn't it? Tanaka's going in the Burke. Wrong place, wrong time there, mate. Oof. Just clatters into Peck. Just too quick for him there, Peck, wasn't he? First yellow of the night, that one? I think it is, isn't it? Cannon trying to get some change out of Strauch, who does well. Throw in Sheffield United down the right. Jack Robinson's going to lob this one in, which is useful in many ways, isn't it? Just disrupts the flow a little bit. You can send players forward, and they've been trying to unsettle the keeper all night, haven't they? And it's worked. Decent one. Harmer. Oh, Harmer tries to clip that over. Headed down by Diaz. Souza. Won by Solomon, who clears. Harmer's chased it all the way back, though, and knocks it back to Cooper. All a bit basketball-y this phase, isn't it? Cooper then goes back to front. Nice take by Piri, though, who's getting more ball now. He's in the number 10 position. He helps it on Bogle. Bogle puts the cross deflected straight through to the keeper. Bogle's appealing for handball. Impossible for me to see from the hard cam. I'm going to find out now, though. Ooh, where did that hit? Need to have another look at that. It's Harrison Burrows, and it hits his elbow like there. Interesting. I need another look at that. But I've gone from having no clue to, let's have a look at that. I need another replay, to be fair. So the ref was never going to get it on one viewing, was he? Right, here we go. We get a good look now. Oh, that's penalty, isn't it? Yeah. Turns around like that, puts his arm out. I don't blame the ref. It's fired across, and he turns it so his back would have been... Ref would have had no chance of seeing where that hit. But, yeah, that looks a penalty, doesn't it? His arm's out to, like, there, and it hits the elbow. So, interesting. I think VAR, yeah, he's saying in the chat, would have probably given a penalty for that, wouldn't they? Ref would be marching over to look at the screen right now, wouldn't he? Interesting. The plot thickens. Sheffield United 1, Leeds 0. Leeds could add a penalty then, couldn't they? Handball by Burrows. Arm stretched out, hits his elbow. Ref's got no chance of seeing that, though, has he? Linesman, on the other hand. Which side is the linesman on? If the linesman's on that side, he should have blooming seen it, shouldn't he? And he is as well. A yellow card's going to come out for Kasama, who says, but it's my first yellow card worthy foul. You can't book me. Ouch. Most nailed on yellow you'll ever see, isn't it? I can see people criticising the refs there. I'm sorry, there's no chance he's going to be able to see that in... He's not in the worst position, but as the cross is fired over and it's basically his back's going to be blocking where it hits. It'd be so hard to see in real time. I think it's a bit harsh to criticise the ref on that one. Too difficult. Unfortunately, people hold refs to a unrealistically high standard, which is basically they want every decision to be correct, don't they? Which they're never going to be. Sadly, if only we had a video replay system to help them out that could be used accurately and adequately. Here come Leeds down the right. Bogle again. Bogle crosses in. Well, that was definitely the head this time. No arms involved in that clearance from Robinson. Harmer clears his lines. Leeds are turning the screw a little bit. Fullbacks are always a good canary in the coal mine for how well Leeds are playing. And Bogle particularly... is getting forward and performing pretty well. Throw in Sheffield United. Bogle clears it into Tanaka. Helped on. And here comes James, absolutely pegging it down the right wing. Solomon's over on the far post. Crosses block. Corner. Leeds. They're playing well now, Leeds, aren't they? All right, corner for Leeds is going to come in right-footed from Rothwell. Floated in. Oh, it's going to fall to Solomon in the box. Solomon gets it on his right foot, curls the shot. Headed clear. Rodon hits the shot. Did Rodon get caught? And then it's blasted over the bar by Joseph. Have a look at the tackle on Rodon there after the ball goes. Solomon hits the shot in. That's a good block. No, it's not foul, is it? No, my bad. Fair block there. Who was it? Poor shot by Joseph in the end. Slams that one over the bar. Aha! Kelly, there you are. 5 Benjamin Bloom memberships from the wonderful Kelly, who has donated before. Thank you, my darling. Grab them. I don't even know how it works. I think they go randomly, don't they? Very, very kind, Kelly. Great supporter of the channel. Thanks so much. Here comes Bogle down the right. James in the box. James gets the crossing right footed. Firpo heads it into the bottom corner. He missed a free header probably 15 minutes ago. And I said right at that point, he gets in some fun positions. Firpo, he's got a really fun position there and he has climbed and headed the ball into the net. It is the equaliser for Leeds United. And it is the fullback, Firpo, with the goal. Sheffield United 1. Leeds United 1. Proper old school vibes with that goal, wasn't it? Winger going down the line, dribbles, stands the cross up. Firpo arriving. It's a great header, isn't it? Look at that. Up you go, mate. See you later. Bullets that one into the far corner. Great goal by Firpo. And Leeds have the equaliser. It is Sheffield United 1. Leeds 1. And all of a sudden, Sheffield United are no longer top of the table and Leeds United are. All swings on that goal. The equaliser scored by Firpo for Leeds. See if we can go to some comments on that one. When did Tom Davies come on? He's on the ball right now. I didn't even know he'd come on. Did that just happen? Let's have a look at some comments. Great header that. He leapt like a salmon. It did look really good, that, didn't he? Bulleted in the corner. Keeper's got no chance there. Has he? Warnings have been there. Especially, you're totally right, Liam, especially down that right-hand side where Bogle and James have been having a lovely old time, haven't they? Another comeback on the cards for Leeds. Could be happening. Got to give Leeds credit. Goal. Yeah, great point, Ian. Yeah, no one player hogging all the goals for Leeds. And the left-backs stuck one in there. It is 1-1. Sorry, Kelly, your lovely gesture got lost amongst the goal. There we go. Put it back up there. Thank you so much, Kelly. Let us know if you got a free Benjamin Bloom membership. Assist mark, Mr. Dan James. Sublime cross and header. An exciting 15 minutes to come. Yeah, it's probably a 70s, 80s goal, that, isn't it? Dribble, cross, leap like a salmon, head it in the net. Here comes Solomon down the left. Solomon feeds that to Firpo, the goal scorer. His cross is blocked by Ahmed Hodzic. You'd expect Leeds to be at it for the next 5 minutes. Sheffield United have got to withstand this. Although Cannon's going to try and run into the corner there. Challenging with Rodon. That's good strength from Cannon there, isn't it? Rodon's a blooming unit. And Cannon just into the back of him makes him play that one out. I think for a corner. Or is it a throw-in right down? It doesn't really matter because even if it's a throw-in, Jack Robinson's just going to lob it in, isn't he? Which it is. And that, well, Cannon's done really well there because that really gets Sheffield United up the pitch. And Leeds were looking pretty tasty straight after the goal, weren't they? 1-1. In comes the long throw from Robinson. Strowick clears. Chowdhury heads it to Peck. And we are going to reset because he's gone back to Mike Cooper. Pings that in long. Is Harmer onside? Nice take. Couldn't quite get behind Rodon. That is superb defending from Rodon, who got smashed by Harmer as he cleared it as well. He's a strong fella, Rodon, isn't he? And it's going to be... He's now feeling it, isn't he? Charlie, legend. Off to work we go. I will wave, mate. Night all. Thank you, Charlie. £2 on the super chat. Super support from Charlie tonight. Very, very kind of you. Great to see you back out at work as well, my friend. Junior Firpo, touch map on my screen. That one touch near the penalty area is going to be the Leeds fans' favourite, isn't it? When he bulleted the header into the corner for the equalising goal. 1-1. The big game is level. Souza. Chowdhury. Souza, heavy touch. Makes good on it. No, he doesn't. Falls over. Concedes throw-in. Thought he dealt with that. Oh, no, he has got the throw-in. Sheffield Wednesday versus Sunderland on Friday night. We'll probably cover that one if you fancy it. Will Luton be the first League One club in history to be in receipt of parachute payments next season? No, because Sunderland were. A double... I mean, Sunderland were in receipt of parachute payments. They couldn't spend any of them because Ellis Short trousered all of them. But they were paid them, so your point stands. In the silly parachute payment era. I think if you go back further, it's... well, they've been around a while. I think like 2009, 2010. Sure, there was still some kind of solidarity payments going down, but not as stupid as they are now, put it that way. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. Don't get me on my soapbox. It's the chasm in TV money that's stupid, not which causes the parachute payment to be stupid, obviously. But that's a long discussion and needs much fixing. Ahmed Hodzic. Souza. Back to Robinson. Ahmed Hodzic. Coming in to the last 10 minutes. Throw in to Sheffield United down the right-hand side, which Chowdhury's going to take. 73 points. Leeds will go to 71. Sheffield United. Remember, the 2 points per game standard would be 68. So they're both really putting the points on brilliantly this season. Cannon spins, hits the shot. Blocked. Breaks for Burrows. Nice feet. Burrows knocks it back to Harmer. Peck spins. Souza. Ahmed Hodzic. Nice bit of pressure here for Sheffield United. Peck back to Ahmed Hodzic. Back it goes to Davies. Lots of passes here for Sheffield United. And they've got it out wide, actually, to Burrows. Got Harmer ahead of him. Burrows tries to cross it in, and that's going to be a corner. Let's not have another debate about parachute payments. It gets boring. Well, it's pretty important. Don't get distracted by the parachute payments. We're debating the distribution of TV money in English football down the pyramid is what we're debating, not the parachute payments. They're a consequence of that. And we all know that's the real problem. Corner comes in for Sheffield United. Souza wins it on the back stick. It's volleyed in. Meslier gets down and makes the save. I was waiting for like a flag to go up then, but nothing occurred. And here come Leeds. Blake breaking away. Great tackle by Tom Davies on Dan James. Souza, that's a hospital ball. Christ, Peck flies in on Tanaka, wins it fairly, but it breaks for Leeds. Here's Solomon. 1v1 with Chowdhury for what feels like the first time in the half. Solomon, they've played him better in the second half, haven't they, Sheffield United? He was tearing it up at the end of the first half. Nice ball out wide to Bogle. Bogle inside onto the left foot, out to Pirro. Pirro, James into the box, hits the shot, well blocked by Peck. God, this is tense now, isn't it? 8 minutes of normal time to go. Rothwell, edge of the box. Thought about the shot, plays it onto Solomon. Solomon deep in the box. Solomon onto Firpo. Firpo puts the cross in. Cooper gets something on it. It's headed clear. Pirro's in the box. Great pressure release. Great turn by Pirro. Pirro curls the shot straight at Cooper. Oh, crikey. When Firpo got in there, you're thinking, oh, they're going to take the lead here. Just couldn't quite make the final ball. And then it's going to be a tap-in, frankly, isn't it? Look, here he comes. Whoop. It's good from Cooper, isn't it? He gets his angles right, flips up off Cooper, and if it doesn't, then Bogle's going to knock it into the goal. Both your fullbacks have scored then. How about that? Willie Nonto is on. Forgive me. I didn't see who came off. Nanto's on down the left-hand side. So I'm guessing Solomon went out, did he? I'm going to assume that's correct until someone tells me otherwise. To be fair, I think there's a discussion about why 4 teams go down from League One and 2 go down from League. Well, that's totally agree with you on that one, Robert, as well. I think that's stupid. Give me some uniformity. 3-3-3-3. Unluckiest position in English football is 21st in League One. You're the only team that far up the table to get relegated. Here comes Piru into the 10. Piru to the edge of the box. Piru drives the shot. Pound out by Cooper. Is it going to break? It is. James is going to get there. Although he might let it run out for a corner. Yes, he does. Oh, pressure's on here, isn't it? Piru barely touched the ball in the first half. They've got Joseph on now. The game's a bit stretched. Piru's in the 10. And he's getting a lot of the ball now. Corner then for Leeds. 84-33 up. In it comes right-footed. Rothwell. Headed out by Robinson. Back to Rothwell. James crosses right-footed. Stroud climbs. Heads it like a 50p there. Comes back out. But Leeds are going to keep the pressure up. Rothwell. Nice little feed. Piru. Firpo. Nonto. Oh, Nonto gets fouled there. Oh, Harmer's been booked, hasn't he? He's probably got one more foul like that, Harmer, and then he gets sent off, doesn't he? Not often you see a substitute get double yellow. Whoop. I think we had a Sheffield United fan saying the first yellow was harsh there for Harmer, and that if it was in the first minute, he wouldn't get booked. Well, there you go. Because I think if he's not on a yellow card there, he definitely gets booked for that. So it kind of cuts both ways there, doesn't it, really? Lucky boy there, Harmer. Could easily have got booked there. Which would have put him out of the game. And Sheffield United down to 10 men. Free kick is coming in. Pascal Struijk deep in conversation with Junior Firpo. He'll fancy himself another goal. Rothwell's going to put it in right-footed. Can they get the run on the Sheffield United centre-backs here? Here it comes. Rothwell, right-footed. It's a really bad one, actually. Straight down the keeper's throat, and we can all reset as we head into the last 3.5 minutes of the 90. It's tense as anything. You could cut the tension with a milk bottle. Oh, chested down there. Harmer knocks it up the line. Fed in by Cannon. O'Hare looked offside then, but flag doesn't go up. Leeds clear their lines. Nonto. Nonto on to Joseph. Tanaka. Nonto dribbles into the box. Tanaka edge of the box. Tanaka. Nonto curls it. Oh, that went in slow motion. You think Cooper's going to get across to that. It's curling. He tips it over the bar. I'm like, has his feet got stuck? It's curling. It's a good save. It's a really good hit by Nonto, that, isn't it? Clever shot there because he dips it down at the last minute. Good save. Good from both players there. It's going in, isn't it? Dipping under the bar. Corner. Leeds, who are finishing the stronger. Joe, great game. Not used to interesting games as a Burnley fan. There you go. Great save, Cooper, wasn't it? All went in slow motion, isn't it? Good save. In comes the corner. Oh, headed down. Oh, it's in on the back post. Tanaka has headed it in and Leeds have come from behind. Again, that could be a potentially title-winning goal. They win the header on the near post. Tanaka's helped it on. And late in the day, Leeds are looking like they're going to win. Another crunch match, 2-1 at the death. Tanaka scores. Sheffield United 1, Leeds 2. Oh, massive goal. Corner goes in. Firpo gets the head on the near post. Tanaka's on the back stick. Hamer just leaves him, doesn't he? The header's already over the line before Peck tries to clear it. And Leeds take the lead at Bramall Lane 2 minutes from the end of this massive crunch game. Tanaka is the scorer. You got to say Harmer goes to sleep on the back post, doesn't he? They're together. They're kind of wrestling, and he just leaves him. And look at the smile on Tanaka's face. He's headed in what looks like the winning goal. Wow. Let's get in the comments there. Leeds take the lead, and as things stand, they're going to go to 75 points, and that goal would put a 7-point gap in over third place Burnley. Camera goes on Ilan Melier, who conceded the own goal in the first half. Chris Wilder was just about to bring Rhian Brewster into the game. I'm sure he is in the game now, but Leeds lead, and Leeds are on the attack once again. Here's Pirro. Pirro drives it in. What a goal! Oh, wow! He's bullied it in. Absolute thunder bastard from Pirro. It's gone loose as you like. It is Sheffield United 1, Leeds 3. Leeds are going clear at the top. Game over. What a strike by Joel Pirro. 3-1. Well, they've nailed it, haven't they? They've played a blinder here. Leeds right at the death here. They're going to win this one 3-1, not 2-1. He has absolutely slammed that one into the top corner. I'm sure someone will say, can Cooper do more? But he's hit that so hard, Pirro, hasn't he? It's not right in the top corner, but he sticks his foot through that. And look, by the time Cooper's reacted, he does get a fingertip on it, but he's just slammed that into the back of the net to seal a gigantic away win for Leeds United. It is Sheffield United 1, Leeds 3, and it's going to be a comfortable win in the end for the boys in yellow. They're going to do it by a couple of goals here. We're into 5 minutes of stoppage time, but Leeds have basically scored twice in 2 attacks, haven't they? Scored on 89 and 90. Pretty much straight from kickoff. And it is Sheffield United 1, Leeds 3. We didn't get any chance to react to the Tanaka goal because it's slammed in by Pirro, which has actually put him level with Borja Sainz as the top scorer in the Championship. How about that? In the words of Alan Partridge, foot like a traction engine. Absolutely does. Kiefer Moore's going to have to, well, he might get his appearance bonus here, mightn't he? Going to come in for the last minute or two. Lorimer-esque. Yeah, he hit that bloody hard, didn't he? We are into 5 minutes of stoppage time, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Because Leeds have scored on 89 and on 90 to take this game 3-1. Are Leeds going to storm home now? Well, it could happen, Paul, couldn't it? 75 points. That's going to be the next conversation now about the 100 points for Leeds, isn't it? 12 games to go. 25 points will take them to the 100. 2 points per game takes them to 99. Sam Byram comes in for Jaden Bogle. That's Sam Byram's gig for Leeds, finishing games. We've got 90 seconds pretty much of minimum stoppage time remaining. And I'm sure all 22 players on the pitch will be happy to just get this one done now. It's game over, isn't it? That Piru goal just absolutely killed it after Leeds took a late lead in the 89th minute. Could we see a Sheffield United collapse? I don't think so. But it's a risk, as always, isn't it? They've won 4 on the trot, to be fair, Sheffield United. So they're losing to the champions-elect, who are going to be 5 points clear at the top with 12 games remaining. Getting a bit finicky, tetchy for the last minute or two here. It's going to be a free kick to Sheffield United, which Harmer's going to take. Harmer didn't cover himself in glory from that set play that Tanaka scored from. Just lost him at the back post, didn't he? I know he's not in the team for his defending, but you got to do it. Melier comes out and makes a decent catch. And has a word with Jack Robinson. We all fall down as we tick over 95 minutes. Good take. Melier finishing the game on a high when we wondered whether he was going to be the story again after the own goal in minute 14, which seems like a lifetime ago now, doesn't it? It's all turned around since then because Leeds scored the next 3 goals. Their players are ready to run over and go and celebrate with the boys in yellow behind the goal. But we just got another phase of play to go, have we? James has run it out. Me, Sheffield United throw. It's a Leeds throw, is it? My bad. It's going to be a Leeds throw down the left. In it comes, Night Dave. And that is the final whistle on a very significant win for Leeds United. We said it could be a statement win if either side could do it. Sheffield United were, until that equalising goal by Firpo on 72, going top of the table. But Leeds have come from behind again, and now it's a statement win for Leeds. Firpo climbed, slammed the header in. Tanaka on 89, we thought that was the key moment, the winning goal. Headed in on the back stick by Tanaka. I think Firpo got the assist for that one as well. He headed it on from the corner. And then, like, literally from the kickoff, Joel Piru, who was actually also a good canary in the coal mine for Leeds growing into the game, because he had none of the ball as the number 9 in the first half. And then all of a sudden, as Leeds came towards the end of the game, Piru getting plenty of the ball and then slams in that third goal, that decisive goal. We said at the weekend, with Sunderland losing, was it now a 3-horse race? It is properly stretched out at the top now, isn't it? You've got Leeds on 75. Then there's a 5-point gap between Leeds and Sheffield United in second. 2 points gap. That's the closest one there between Sheffield United and Burnley. And then a 6-point gap between Burnley and Sunderland. So at the moment, if this stays how it is or Leeds score one more point, then we would go to that round 44 game between Sheffield United and Burnley, which will pretty much guarantee Leeds getting promoted, won't it? In round 44 with a gap like that. And it could all be done by then if everything stays the same. We know the head-to-heads are done for Leeds now. They've played Sheffield United twice and they've taken 6 points out of them. They've played Burnley twice and only taken 1 point. They've played Sunderland twice and taken 4 points. So they've done all right on the head-to-heads. But Daniel Farke was right in his press conference when he said, and he's not down there, Daniel Farke, now, as Ethan Ampadu's doing the rallying cry, which is presumably, let's get over the line now, get this promotion done. You have played the entire top 3 twice now, Leeds United, and Leeds' next game is West Brom. So they're the team currently in 5th. They're getting to the point now where all the, quote, top teams are going to have been faced twice, and promotion is looking closer and closer and closer and closer. Let's do a few comments before we go. Get in. There you go. We're going to have some happy Leeds fans in the chat here. Robert says 5 more wins for Leeds. I mean, that takes them to 90, doesn't it? It just depends on, whether Sheffield United and Burnley keep up at 2 points per game, in which case it'll take them to round 43, 44, etc. But Leeds are way in pole position now, aren't they? Any more comments here? 5 wins in a row. Yeah, that will do, won't it? That will do. 200 likes. Lovely stuff. 3-horse race for second. Or is it 2-horse race for second? Ian, there you go. What else have we got in the chat here? Never in doubt, really. Champions mentality from Leeds. Yeah, you've got to say that for Leeds. In the last 2 games, they've been behind to Sunderland and behind to Sheffield United. They've beaten both of them, haven't they? So this is a really big week. We looked at those 2 games for Leeds where we knew they were playing Sunderland, having to go away from Sheffield United, and they've won both of them. They've come from behind in both. They've won them both late. It's a brilliant week for Leeds, and yeah, proper championship mentality from them at the moment. Best team in the league. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Champions elect. Very much so. Bring on Sheffield United at the Turf. That could be the key game now, couldn't it? Are they playing for second? Burnley and Sheffield United in round 44. Ilan Melier is just coming over, and is he going to do an interview? Junior Fear, all the Leeds players are coming over to say hi to Stuart Dallas. There isn't going to be any interview there. It would have been nice to hear from Ilan Melier, won't it? Right, there we go. I think that'll do us, won't it? Thank you so much for joining me tonight. A key transformative game potentially at the top of the Championship. Leeds coming from behind with goals on 72, 89 and 90 to win at Bramall Lane, to go 5 points clear at the top of the EFL Championship, to go 7 points clear of 3rd place as well. It's all come up looking rosy for Leeds. A statement win. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you say nice things in the chat, I'll put them up over the outro. And we will see you. We'll get Sam Parkin's reaction tomorrow. We have to talk about this. This is the big story, and some other EFL Championship stuff on the Championship Check-In podcast. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm off to bed. If you say thank you, like I say, I'll put it up on the screen over the outro, and we'll see you tomorrow for the check-in, and we'll record another round of predictions as well. Thank you, everybody. Over and out.